We all know what it's like to wrestle through those deep disappointments in life that linger on and on. We've all had situations in which we prayed countless prayers, pleading with God to intervene and make things different. And it's easy to forget that Jesus lifted up tear-filled prayers of desperation to God to make things different too. After the Last Supper, Jesus went with the disciples to the Garden of Gethsemane. And in Mark 14, Mark records that Jesus said to them, "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow." He just asked them to stay with him and keep watch. Jesus was feeling the crushing weight of what he knew he must endure. He very well knew what he would soon experience in the crucifixion. He knew the heart-crushing feeling. He felt it. He wrestled with it. He carried it. I found such comfort in remembering the humility of Jesus in this scene. Yes, Jesus was sinless, but he very well knew the overwhelming blows of being sinned against. Jesus understood betrayal and abuse and abandonment by people that he should have been able to trust. And he knew the struggle of praying and calling out to God and yet not hearing the answer that he so desired. He calls out to God later in Mark 14. He says, "Abba, Father, everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me." That word Abba is translated as father, dad. He's reaching out to his father and saying, "I want things to be different." I can relate to these words of Jesus as he wrestled with thoughts like the ones that I think from time to time. God, everything is possible for you, so why aren't you fixing this for me right now? Why does this have to be the plan? I don't want this to be the plan. Let there be a different plan. I mean, God, everything's possible for you. And isn't that what's so complicated in our relationship with God? What makes our faith so strong is that we're utterly convinced that God is capable of everything. But what makes our faith feel like it's falling apart is when we're aware that although God is capable of everything, he's not doing the one thing that we're begging him to do. But here's the good news we can find on this resurrection weekend. The cross was not the end of the story for Jesus. Actually, it was only the beginning. And because of the resurrection power that Jesus brings, it's only the beginning for us too. Suffering may be a part of our story, but it doesn't have to be the end of our story. Heartbreak may be a part of our story, but it doesn't have to be the conclusion of our story. Grief may be a part of our story, but it doesn't have to end with grief. When everything feels lost, when darkness seems to take over, there is hope on the way. We know a better ending because we know a victorious Savior. Darkness may last for a while, but joy comes in the morning, as the psalmist said. It's a personal revelation for right now. It's where the unknowns of today feel less excruciating because of the certain victory of tomorrow. So let's keep holding on to the faith we have in Jesus. He really does understand the depth of carrying sorrow and hope at the same time.